Well, Ford says it's speeding up plans to have fully driverless cars on the roads within 5 years. So the question is, where will those cars be built? Will the road to innovation lead Ford south of the border? Jeff Flock has details.
Lauren and Nicole, I come to you from Ford's oldest continuously operating assembly plant here in Chicago. Assembly plants like this in the U.S., Ford, the estimate is, pays about $60 an hour in wages and benefits per employee. That new plant they're planning to build down in Mexico, they think that'll be closer to $8. But not so fast. Take a look at some of these numbers. The wage increases in Mexico since the year 2000. Up 128%. That's the trend. And if you look at the last 10 years, it bears that out. Wage growth in Mexico compared to the U.S., double in Mexico what it is in the U.S. Now, admittedly, still wages in Mexico far lower. They pale in comparison to wages here in the U.S., but we're starting to see now companies in Mexico have difficulty actually attracting enough workers and keeping them on the job because wages are going up. They're getting protests about low wages, and they're being forced to increase the wages. So the savings may not be there. And some economists say they think actually, when it comes down to it in the future, companies will have trouble attracting enough Mexican workers to populate all the plants down there. The various auto companies now planning to invest about $15 billion in new auto plants in Mexico, either new or expansion of current plants. So maybe when it comes down to that wall, maybe you don't need to build it after all. Maybe the labor situation kind of balances out on both sides of the border. But if you're going to build the wall, at least put some doors in it so the Mexican immigrants can get back to Mexico where they might actually find a better job. All right, Nicole, back to you.
Oh, Jeff Block, thank you for that report.